My name is Andrew Nottage. I'm the General Manager for Russell Smith Farms. It's a family-owned business farming 2,500 acres in South Cambridgeshire, and are ideally suited to sandy loams, mean that we can grow a range of crops from cereals through to high-quality vegetables, onions and potatoes for supermarkets. The main crops are potatoes and onions, and then sugar beet and cereals really are our break crops. We're a leaf demonstration farm as well as being a Leaf member. Leaf is a charity set up in 1991 linking the environment and farming, and it was a charity really which promotes integrated farming. So the way we run our business on a daily basis, looking at the whole spectrum and improving what we do and taking into account the environment. For example, encouraging biodiversity and wildlife. We're a member of 3 environmental schemes, so we've got all sorts of things like overwinter stubbles, which are a winter food source for birds. We've got beetle banks, which act as wildlife corridors to help wildlife move around the farm or to encourage them to move around the farm. Other things such as wild bird mixes, which as a food source for birds over the winter, and a whole range of things really aimed at really enhancing the environment on the farm. We're in a very dry part of the world here. For example, rainfall is similar to Israel. We're having a very dry year this year at the moment, only 40% of our annual rainfall. So things like water conservation, for example, are very important to us. We use irrigation for the crops we grow for quality and yield. That water is becoming more precious, and we need to apply that and monitor the usage of that very accurately. So we're using state-of-the-art, up-to-date irrigation equipment and soil moisture monitoring to help us target water usage correctly and grow the right quality crop. The majority of the crops go to our main customer, Produce World, who is serving a range of supermarket customers. Our main customer is Waitrose, but it leaves here and they go to Produce World, and they're really the kingpin through a very strong relationship between Russell Smith Farms and Waitrose. With Produce World, we're a number of grower groups. I sit on a committee of one of the Produce World companies, and it's important that we know what Produce World's requirements are. We then understand which their customer requirements are, and it helps build a very strong relationship between the grower, the packer and the end customer. We've been growing organics on the farm since about 1989, 1990. That's developed over the years, and this year is the start of a new sort of collaboration with another organic grower who grows crops for Produce World, where we're growing crops on his farm, he's growing carrots on our farm, which is helping us to lengthen our rotation, mean that we're sustainable, and it's showing good collaboration between 2 different businesses serving Produce World. About 25% of the land we farm is farmed organically. In very simple terms, it's meaning that we can't use artificial inputs such as pesticides and fertilisers, and we're going back to principles really which were being practised around the sort of time before the Second World War. So we're right back looking at our fertility on the farm, and how we can manage pests on the farm and diseases on the farm. And it's led on to some real benefits in the conventional side of the business, where some of the machinery, example, which we now bought for the organics to control weeds, we're now using on conventional crops, which is helping us minimise herbicide usage.